This is Artsy Wisdom. My name is Diane. I am just jumping on real quick today. I was trying to do 2 videos a week. Doesn't always work out that way. I do the little daily ones. I'm not doing them every day now, just life. But I'm going to try and get this one out this afternoon. I was busy this morning. My 2 sons one has a birthday April 1st and one has a birthday March 17th. And so tonight we're meeting up for dinner. And they both wanted banana cream pie. So I was busy making banana cream pie this morning. And then my one son likes stuffed artichokes, with the breadcrumbs. My grandmother used to make them for him, and he asked for that. So I'm busy doing that. But I enjoyed doing that, as you guys know. Those of you who've come back know that I like to cook and bake. Again, this is Artsy Wisdom, and I'm going to read on some political things. I'm going to look at the abortion pill, the Supreme Court, and see if they're going to do anything, if they're going to even address it, and see what the outcome of that will be. The hush money trial for Donald Trump starts April 15th. I'm going to see if that's going to go along okay without any hiccups or any issues. And also the Trump Bibles. I'm going to look into the Bible situation, see if how much money he's going to make or how that's going to go. I don't know. Maybe it'll make him a lot of money. More power to him, but it seems like a silly thing. It's ironic that he's selling Bibles for somebody that is on trial for paying a porn star while his wife was pregnant, and he was running a campaign. Just saying. And this Ronna McDaniel, the one who NBC hired, and now they said they changed their mind. Sorry. No harm, no foul. I'm just going to look into that because I'm not sure what the situation is, if she was trying to be sneaky and get in there and actually be a voice for the extreme, or if it's just whatever that is. And then somebody had asked about Scott Peterson to find out if he's guilty. He's actually asking for a new trial. Innocence Project, it's a nonprofit that is taking up his case. It's been 2 decades now. And he says there was some DNA evidence. They say there was some DNA evidence that was not taken into account because there was some break-ins across the road, and somebody might have seen her Christmas Eve break-in. So they're actually bringing it to court and asking for a review about the DNA evidence. He's been in jail now for 20 years. And I thought he was sentenced to death, but for 20 years, maybe life. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I'm going to look into that to see if he was actually guilty. At the time, I thought he was, because he was moving on too quickly. That was my feeling, that he was doing all kinds of shady things at the time and didn't make any sense. So anyway, and Alec Baldwin, he's supposed to be going on trial this summer, and he's asking for a dismissal. So we're going to look at that. And it's going to be Easter weekend this weekend, spring, and I just wanted to say, a few words about that. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started here. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for coming back. Thank you to all my new subscribers, any of my old subscribers who are here today. Thank you for visiting. I love all your comments and your questions. Keep sending them in. I really appreciate them because I want to know what you guys want to know. I feel like right now things are sort of meh, I don't know if it's my energy or the world. I'm kind of getting a feeling that things are ramping up in the political realms, but I feel like we're at a semi-pause for like a minute. Maybe it's just me, but all right, let's look into some of these. So I'm going to just pull cards and see what I get. I did feel that abortion pill, they did there was not a specific case that was brought to the Supreme Court. There was nobody specific that these lawyers were supporting or representing. So the Supreme Court really didn't have any standing, as they say, because there was not anybody that was going to be heard or anything by this. They were doing it as sort of a hypothetical. So I don't think they're going to review it or actually have an opinion on it. I think they might just deny it. I think that's the feeling I get. But let's see. Nine of Cups. 9. There's 9 justices, aren't there? Queen of Pentacles. And Hierophant, which is the government. High Priestess. They're still talking about it, actually. They're still deciding. The 9 of Cups is a wish card being fulfilled. But I think of that as the justices. And this little pouch in his side there, I think of that as what they have in the back, what they're working on, the law kind of thing. Queen of Pentacles. And I think of that as the female. And I'm looking at all these things, the grapes. I feel like that's the fertility part of it. Yeah, I don't think they're going to, well, you know what though? I'm thinking there's a heavy women influence here, obviously. Although the abortion pill is not just for women, you know. Women use it, but it takes 2 to tango in the sexual area. So I don't understand why it's always focused on the woman. But yeah, I do think that yeah, they're going to close it off. They're not going to write an opinion on it. The justices are going to say it doesn't have enough standing, or it doesn't have the necessary legal parameters, issues that normally come to the Supreme Court. Like, it's not a person who's filing an appeal due to their particular life situation, you know, if something's happened. All right, so we've got the hush money trial for Trump, and we've got his Bibles. That's kind of fun. And I think he partnered with, who did he partner with? Oh my gosh, I'll put it in the text because I can't remember. He's partnering with somebody on these Bibles, and I haven't seen one at all, but I can picture the front page with the gold signature on it or something like that. And I do not know if he's ever read a Bible in his entire life, although he says he has. 8 of Swords. High Priestess, which is, you know, mysteries, things behind the scenes, and the Hermit. All of these happen in secret, in the dark, behind closed doors, going inward, fear. Honestly, I don't see him selling a lot of them. I don't. Like those shoes, those beautiful shoes that he had. Let's see. He had some guy had bought one. I saw a little snippet, and he paid like $9,000 because it was signed by him. Couldn't believe it. One day they're going to look at those shoes and go, oh my God, I can't believe I paid that much money. Or maybe they'll wear them in their coffin. Who knows? I don't know. You know what? They are going to revise this. I think they're going to change the Bible, like the way it is now, and how they've I don't know if it's simple as the pages or the introduction or the packaging or the marketing. The way it is now, they're going to pull it back. There's something they're going to shift or change to make it a more marketable or a little different, or actually combine it with something else. I don't think it's going to go over that quickly. I don't think they're going to sell that many, so they're going to revise it. Something that's going to be different. Or somebody's going to come along and say, okay, I like this, but I want to partner with you, and we're going to add this to this package. We're going to put a Bible, and we're going to do this, and we're going to put it in a big bundle of things. That's the feeling I get. It's like you're going to revise it somehow. And I think Mercury might be retrograde right now. Yeah. And actually, it's a good idea because it doesn't look like they're going to sell that many at the moment. I don't know. Well, first of all, if you haven't been here before, I see images and visions about different things. Sometimes it's dessert, sometimes it's food. Sometimes it's just things. But I saw his cake smashed on the ground. Part of it was built up because it was a chocolate ganache wrapped around an orange flavored cake. Little gold flakes on the top, but it was broken. Actually, I'll put it in here so you could see what I'm talking about. And it after a few of the primaries, he got part of his cake got risen up in the back, kind of thing. So it got put back together because it had fallen. And I still see it. In fact, I see it more melty. I feel like underneath where it's right next to the floor, it's almost like the floor is heated, but it's not, but that's feeling, so it's kind of like dissolving a little bit. And I think that's what was happening initially before, and then there was Haley and everything. But at this point, I do believe his cake is getting more melty, and I don't see him getting put back together again like Humpty Dumpty. It's staying smushed. Yeah, it's going to get bad for him later. And I said March and April would be bad for him, which we're in March and April. And it has been very bad because he got a delay on the money that he owes for the civil suit in New York with Letitia James for the fraud of the taxes and insurance that he was found guilty. So he's got 10 days and they reduced it to 170 million. So he's going to get that. I always thought that he would get his money from overseas, from oligarchs or Middle Eastern people. But I mean, that thing is still going to happen. This 170 million that he needs, he'll have. He's going to piece it together. But there's going to be a break. April, he'll be in court. And there'll be, different hearings and judge's orders, but it'll be a little bit quieter after this. And then he'll go to the April 15th hush money trial. Okay, let's get into that. And the Bibles will give him some money for this 170 hush money trial. Oh, he's mad. I see him very, very angry. Ooh. Queen of Wands. Two of Cups. In partnership. Somebody's, very happy working with him. And then the Tower. He's mad. He's really mad. Six of Swords. Oh, he's going to change his strategy. They're going to ask for some other kind of, again, with the delays, but they won't get it. They're going to throw something at the judges or the courts. I know he's kind of got a partial gag order, but this situation for him is going to be where he's going to go to the court, or his lawyers are, and they're going to request some other delay, dismissal, adjustment. I don't even know what the word would be, on some legal grounds that. And actually, they want to do that, but then I get the Chariot. I got the Six of Swords, which is leaving going rough waters to calm waters after the Tower. And then we've got the Chariot and the Seven of Wands. Chariot's about movement. Almost feel as if he's going to ask for this delay, or this particular delay or dismissal, or some kind of legal piece of something that he can use in the court. But the court's going to move on. They're going to move on. And he's going to have to fight. Seven of Swords. And what I know in the past is that this particular trial is not that bad for him. It doesn't do as much as some of the other ones. And actually, it's very karmic, this particular one. And I think it's because it's pre-presidency. I feel like, I know this sounds weird, but I feel like there's an angelic force or a guiding force karmically or universally energetic, moving this trial to be happening. And it has a light around it, believe it or not. Why? Because of this faith card. And I got the well. The well is about deep feeling, and faith is, or the star is about having faith. Will he become judgment? I was just thinking, will he be found guilty and get judgment? What does that say? 8 of Pentacles. Well, he's going to want to delay it. They're going to say, delay the judgment, delay this and that. 8 of Pentacles, and I think he's going to be required to, Ace of Pentacles. More money, more money, more money. Yeah, he's going to be found guilty. But it will be after a little bit of a bump that his lawyers request something. Delay, or they need this material, or there's going to be and this is the Alvin Bragg one. And they already gave him the 30 days delay because, and I think it wasn't they requested, as Bragg offered it because they had this new evidence, like pages and pages. And I think they're going to ask for more time, even though it's set for April 15th. I feel like they're still going to ask for more time. But it is going to go through, and there is going to be a judgment, and it's actually going to go pretty quick. Once it gets started, it's going to go pretty quick. Yeah. Okay. And I think he's going to be found guilty. But I don't feel like it's going to change much in regards to his campaign or how his base sees him. I don't feel like that's going to be change much. They support him. They don't. It's really, I don't know if they haven't left now. It's going to take a lot. Although I do think it's a cumulative effect, all the different charges against him and indictments. It's getting heavier. Even in little tiny grains of sand get heavy if you accumulate enough. Okay, what happened with Ronna McDaniel? She's Mitt Romney's niece, I think. And in the past, I saw Laura Trump really doing a good job, or they thought she was doing a really good job at the RNC. Even though I don't agree with her, but I guess they like what she's doing, or she's doing well with it. But Ronna McDaniel, I do think she was trying to play both sides. She said, I can be me. She was on, I think it was Meet the Press or CBS Sunday Morning or something. And she said, that was then, now I can be myself. And then they asked her, do you believe Joe Biden is the president? Was he duly elected? Well, he's the president. Was he fairly elected? And she's like, he was. And eventually she admitted to that, but she did say there was something wrong with the 2020 election. She never gave that up. And she was promoting the conspiracy or election fraud. So I think that's why NBC got so much pushback. But, okay, so she is... I think she's regrouping, obviously. She's regrouping, and she's debating where she needs to go. If she needs to go to far right, or if, because you know what? I'm wondering if NBC reached out to her. I feel like NBC reached out to her. So I think she was glad. Maybe she thought I can create a new identity for myself. Let's see. Will she go to the MAGA side or come back? 7 of Cups. Ooh, she's being tempted. And she's really thinking about it. She's going to get an offer in some sort of small, or I want to say university, but that makes no sense. In a group that political, like think tank or on the verge of political and academia, or another like Federalist Society or some, that's I think too high of a level for her, but it's people that work with the law and politics, kind of the combination. And I think she's going to get an offer. And she's thinking about deciding, ooh, you know what? I think she's really struggling. I think she wants to move on and leave the Trump time behind her. But she's getting a lot of temptation for the MAGA side or the very right-wing people trying to entice her to come to their group and help them. Yeah. So she's got 2 of Swords. She can't decide. She's got the 4 of Cups. She's meditating or thinking, 5 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. It's an opportunity. 7 of Wands. Wow. She's struggling. It's going to be hard for her to figure out what to do. Gosh, I couldn't even tell you what she's going to decide. She's really in limbo. She doesn't know if she's going to make this a pivot point in her life and go beyond the right wing. She wants to, but I think she's getting offers from... Actually, she's getting offers from the far right in different entities that we don't even know about, kind of not quite underground, but something like that. But she's also possibly getting other broadcasting type things. They're a little bit more moderate. No, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. I do think she's getting a lot of offers from the right, whatever the group is, and she doesn't want to take it. She's really on the fence. She wants to move on because she's scared of what happened before, because she got sucked up into that. And right now she's trying to protect all of her image, so that's why she doesn't really say, oh, absolutely, I was wrong, Biden's the president, and everything I did was a mistake, and she hasn't done that. She's just trying to protect herself. Yeah, she's struggling to try and figure out what she's going to do next. But yeah, somebody is wooing her. She's got lots of feelers out, and it's a far right groups, different groups, or academia mixed with politics. Like I said, think tanks, something like that. They got her wanting to do that. Okay, Alec Baldwin. I know he has requested another dismissal recently for the rust. I watched the trial for Hannah Gutierrez. It was obvious she was very negligent. It was like she was a kid and she's put in this job that she had really... I mean, her father was a veteran armorer from every Stone and Tombstone and different things, and she had learned, but it was more of a childlike, immature mentality. She knew this stuff, but she didn't follow through. She didn't do all the stuff she needed to. It's very lackadaisical, throwing things around, and she was negligent. She definitely needed to be found guilty. She didn't. I don't think she's been sentenced yet. It's in New Mexico. Okay, back to Alec Baldwin. Rust. If I remember right, he continued making the movie. I'm in his energy, and he's kind of hyper. He's like, his head is, there's a lot. And I see the kids and his wife, and there's a lot of moving back and forth and a lot of talking. Nervous energy. Actually, he believes he's right. He feels like it wasn't his fault. And he's picked good lawyers that he believes will help him because he knows he's right. He's very confident in his assumptions or his belief that he didn't do anything wrong. And he doesn't understand why he even got to this point. It wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything. I don't see them dismissing the case, but I think it's quite possible they'll reduce some of the charges or lessen a portion of them. I can see that happening. The artist, the emperor, and the hanged man. 3 major arcana. So this is happening. This is another karmic thing that he ran into because of his situation in the hermit. 8 of Swords. So there'll be an extension. He's supposed to go, what I'm seeing with the hanged man, that tells me there's a different perspective or a waiting a period. There's going to be time that they're going to have to wait longer. And then the hermit, there's going to be waiting for some decision. So I think they're going to delay it a little bit more. It's supposed to be out in July, or the court case is supposed to be June or July. And they're going to wait. They're going to do some negotiating. The judges got to do some studying. The lawyers are going to submit a bunch of paperwork, or they already have, but I think there's going to be a delay. And I know this was in 2021 and it's already 2024, and it was in October of 21. So it's been 2.5 years, but I think they're going to delay. And I think this may be just for the judge to contemplate some evidence or what the legal argument is. It's not going to be dismissed, but it will be a little extended, not to like the fall, but there's something that's going to shift. And then Ace of Cups and 6 of Cups. I don't know yet. I think it'll be delay. There's going to be some changes in the charges or the timeline. Yeah. And their argument will have some merit, but not all the way. He'll be gotten off the hook. It was already dismissed once, and then they brought the charges back. I think the prosecutors in New Mexico are a little bit, I don't want to say haphazard, but they seem like they didn't do some things right. And I think that's why he feels like he didn't do anything wrong. It's them, the way they're doing it. Yeah, but he is very stressed out about it. Very stressed out. But he is confident. He's stressed out because he knows he didn't do anything wrong. And it's just like nonstop talking. I can just hear him and his wife just talking, kids talking. And so, yeah. All right. Scott Peterson. Innocence Project. New trial. Where I am now, in his energy, I feel like he's sleeping. It's midday somewhere. I don't feel like his energy is very low and slow, so I think he might be sleeping when I'm in his energy right now. Or he's sitting quietly or doing something, but he's not. I can't. Maybe he's blocking me out. Can I come in? Yes, a little bit. Yeah, I might be writing something, piece of paper and pen. Well, they don't give him pens. I don't know if he can. I don't know how that works. But he's doing something, writing, but it's very quiet. Very quiet. I think he lied to Lacey, his wife, who quite a bit. He was lying to her quite a bit. I feel like layers of, I don't want to say sneakiness, layers of like nobody knew him. Even though he appeared great, perfect husband. Not that I've been in a lot of serial killers' minds, but it's that kind of feeling where they don't know me. I have a separate life. I have a separate identity. Like you couldn't even find it if you wanted to. He can, obviously. some sort of he's convinced himself, although it's been so long ago, I think he can disassociate. That's a feeling. He's very disassociated between a part of himself and the outward appearance. So it's almost like he believes who he is when he's in that, with other people or pretending. It's not even pretending, it's who he is. But then it's just scary. It feels very scary. It feels like it feels like he could, on a dime, he could switch. Yeah, I don't like this energy. It feels bad. It feels scary, and it's like broken. I want to say evil, but it's more, I guess if that is evil, that's evil. It's more of such deep darkness that like he goes there, but he doesn't even accept it that it's him. Yeah, it's almost like a split personality. Not quite, but it's creepy. Super creepy. I think he is desperate, obviously. It's the first time of hope that he's had, that anybody is going to help him. I don't think he's remorseful because he doesn't know. He doesn't think he did anything wrong. Hangman, 5 of Cups. This is about his court case, getting it reviewed, getting a hearing and a new trial. Hangman is waiting, looking at it a different perspective, which this would be, seeing it 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands. Things speeding up. The way I feel for that is that there will be some hearing. Ace of Swords. They are going to look at it intellectually. Well, and then the 10 of Swords. No. According to this, no. But then there's a Magician. I don't know if he has a person. A lot of these people love prisoners, like a woman that he married in prison. I don't know if that's even anybody he's married, but I do see this woman. She's on the outside and she may be helping him. Maybe it's his lawyer. But then there's a 4 of Wands, which is a celebration. This part of it won't end well for him. It's almost like, okay, they're submitting this legal paperwork for the extra DNA and to submit for a retrial because of the DNA evidence that they didn't collect, or they didn't look at the people that were broken into the day before, or the criminals. They didn't share that. So they feels like it has a new option. It isn't going to be the way he wanted to, but there is going to be something after that. Something they submit isn't going to go exactly as they wanted to, but there's going to be a new wave of initiated paperwork or legal arguments. I don't know. I think it looks like this woman is going to do it, and there's a celebration in the sun. So, yeah, initially, no, he's not going to get it. And then something's going to happen where they'll shift the legal argument or something, submit something or do something, and he'll get a new trial. Or he'll get a new hearing. I shouldn't say a new trial, but a new hearing. But man, oh man, is he creepy. So, did he kill his wife? Somebody asked me. I do think he did. I think he doesn't even know who he is. I think he's 2 different people, or even 3, 4, 5. I don't think he's got technically a split personality, but he doesn't even address, or he's not able even to see his self truly. He just, it reminds me a little bit of Alex Murdaugh, that kind of idea where I do this, but I have this personality or this reputation or image here. So that's not me. It's like they're so different and they don't even admit to themselves what they've done. Yeah. All right. Well, that was all I wanted to jump on and say. Oh, real quick, Princess Catherine, I felt like last time when I did the video, she was very tired, and I talked about fondant. Somebody asked me what it was because they didn't know what it was. It's like clay. Somebody had mentioned it. It's like clay, and you roll it out. It's like sugar, sweet sugar clay stuff, and then you wrap it around cakes. You mold it into different flowers or characters, and it's very malleable. And she is like that. She's laying, relaxing, recovering and healing. Last time I saw her with the tree coming out of the fondant and covering her, and she's healing. Last time I felt like she was so exhausted. Today, she's tired, but I don't feel like she's as tired as she has been recently. She's in her recovery state. She's doing, when you have chemo, you don't do it every day. You have, a week off or 2 weeks off. She might be on an off week right now. And plus, when she spoke up and did that video, which I want to say, I'm really angry that people are now, there's several videos that I ran into. People are saying, oh, it's AI. This is wrong. Look at her sweater. This is that. Look at the shadow. Look at the reflection, and her ring disappeared. It's just, really? I'm just over it. It's just too much. They're people. Yes, they are in the monarchy, and they do England's, United Kingdom's work. And you do get to know what they're doing. They should tell you what's happening. But at some point, there's a line drawn where we don't need to know every little thing. I'm just so annoyed by that thought that somebody's like going, well, they're hiding this and she's dead somewhere. What? In that whole video, it is not anybody's business at this point. Poor girl, she's going through a lot. Let's give her some space. Send her love and healing. I do feel like she's getting better. Like I said, this week maybe is a good week. And don't even address, I don't know. It's just, I'm really annoyed by all that conspiracy crap. We should be on our, awareness. Keep your head on a swivel, but it doesn't mean you have to see things where there aren't any. Okay. Anyway, all right. Thank you for coming by. Like, subscribe, and share, and comment, and questions. I really appreciate any and all views, and I will continue to do this because I enjoy it and hope you guys get something out of it. Oh, yeah, and I wanted to, I keep saying, oh, yeah. On Easter time, this coming weekend is Easter, and even if you don't celebrate Easter, it's a sense of renewal, beginning. Springtime is all about the possibilities of starting over. So when I reflected on that, I wrote this down because it came to me, when I asked God, what is it that we need to, what do I need to share? And we all, because we're all one with God. So we can lift ourselves up to meet our soul amongst the God energy. So at this time of year, we can lift ourselves up. We're never alone. We're all one. All our entities, each of us are intertwined with each other in this God energy, these fractions of light. We have the one that gives us the creativity to make our minds and hearts shift in any given moment, hence miracles. We are all connected, so whatever light we can share with somebody, even far away, say Catherine or a friend or a neighbor, it does help because we all are connected. So the more positive we can be, better we can make society. I never used to believe that. I thought, oh, that's just talk. But now the more I'm understanding about how we all are connected, I believe that we all can lift each other up one by one. Okay, that was all. Happy Easter, happy spring, and we'll see you the next time. Take care.